Brave New World was written by Aldous Huxley and first published in 1932. Huxley was a British writer with a keen interest in exploring the future and the human condition. In this novel, he imagines a world where technology has advanced so much that it controls nearly every aspect of life. At first glance, this world seems perfect. There is no war, no poverty, and no unhappiness. But as the story unfolds, we see that this perfection comes at a very high cost. People have lost their freedom, individuality, and ability to truly feel. The story is set in the world state, a society of the future where humans are no longer born naturally. Instead, they are created in laboratories through a process called Bokanovsky's process. In this process, human embryos are carefully controlled and divided into specific groups called castes. These castes range from the intelligent and powerful alphas to the hardworking but less intelligent epsilons. From birth, each person's place in society is decided for them, and they are trained through repetitive lessons, or hypnopedia, to accept and even love their roles. Hypnopedia, also called sleep teaching, means teaching people ideas or beliefs while they sleep. For example, alphas are taught to take pride in their leadership, while epsilons are made to believe they are happiest doing simple, manual work. This training ensures that everyone is content with their lives and does not question the system. The people in the world state are encouraged to seek pleasure and avoid discomfort at all costs. Soma, a powerful drug, plays a key role in this. It provides an easy escape from any unpleasant emotions or thoughts. Whenever someone feels sad, anxious, or even slightly unhappy, they take Soma, which makes them feel calm and blissful. Real emotions, deep relationships, and critical thinking are seen as unnecessary and even dangerous. People are taught to avoid long-term commitments or strong feelings. For instance, love and family no longer exist. Instead, casual relationships and physical pleasure are encouraged. Phrases like "everyone belongs to everyone else" are repeated constantly to make people believe that personal connections and exclusivity are wrong. The story introduces Bernard Marx, a man who feels like he doesn't belong. Bernard is an alpha, but he is physically smaller and weaker than most other alphas. This makes him feel insecure and out of place in a society that values physical perfection. He secretly despises the world state's focus on shallow pleasure and conformity, but he is also afraid to openly rebel. Bernard is torn between wanting to fit in and yearning for something more meaningful. His inner struggle makes him feel lonely and disconnected from those around him. One day, Bernard decides to invite Lenina Crown, a woman from his workplace, to join him on a trip to the Savage Reservation. Lenina is the opposite of Bernard in many ways. She is beautiful, confident, and fully embraces the world state's values. She enjoys Soma, casual relationships, and the comfort of living without deeper thoughts or feelings. At first, she finds Bernard's unhappiness strange and even a bit annoying. But she is also curious about his desire to visit the Savage Reservation, a place that most people in the world state would never want to see. The Savage Reservation is a sharp contrast to the world state. It is one of the few places left where people live naturally without the influence of technology or training. On the reservation, families still exist, and people experience love, pain, religion, and death in ways that are completely foreign to Lenina and Bernard. The sights and smells of the reservation shock Lenina, who struggles to understand how anyone could live in such a basic way. Bernard, on the other hand, feels a strange connection to the people there, even though he is also uncomfortable. While at the reservation, Bernard and Lenina meet John, a young man who is known as the Savage. John was born on the reservation, but his mother, Linda, came from the world state. Linda ended up on the reservation after being stranded there during a trip years ago. Unlike the other people on the reservation, John has grown up hearing stories about the world state from his mother, but he has never seen it for himself. John's upbringing has been a mix of the two worlds. He has read works of Shakespeare, which have given him a deep appreciation for beauty, love, and human emotion. At the same time, he has felt like an outsider on the reservation because of his mother's connection to the world state. Bernard sees an opportunity to bring John back to the world state as a way to gain attention and improve his own social status. When they return, John becomes an instant sensation. People are fascinated by him because he is so different from anyone they've ever met. They call him the Savage and treat him like a curiosity. At first, John is intrigued by the world state's advanced technology and the comfort it offers. However, he soon realizes that this society lacks the things he values most: love, meaning, and genuine human connection. One of the most emotional moments in the story happens when John sees his mother, Linda, again. In the world state, Linda is seen as disgusting because she has aged and looks unhealthy. In this society, people are conditioned to find aging and imperfection repulsive. Linda spends her final days in a soma-induced haze, escaping from reality until her death. John is heartbroken and angry at the way the world state treats his mother and death itself. For the people of the world state, death is not something to grieve. It is just another event stripped of meaning and emotion. This experience deepens John's hatred for the society. John's conflict with the world state comes to a head when he confronts Mustafa Mond, one of the leaders of the society. Mund explains that the world state was designed to eliminate pain, conflict, and unhappiness. He believes that sacrificing personal freedom and individuality is worth it to maintain balance and peace. John disagrees passionately, arguing that life without freedom, love, and struggle is empty. He declares that he wants the right to be unhappy because it is through pain and hardship that people truly grow and experience life. As John's frustration grows, he tries to escape the world state and live on his own in an abandoned lighthouse. He hopes to find peace by returning to a simpler, more natural way of living. However, the people of the world state cannot leave him alone. They continue to treat him as a public show, invading his privacy and mocking his beliefs. John's isolation and despair ultimately lead to a tragic ending as he realizes that he cannot find a place where he truly belongs. The story of Brave New World is more than just a tale about a society of the future. It is a powerful warning about the dangers of losing what makes us human. Huxley shows us a world where people trade their freedom and individuality for comfort and safety, and he asks us to consider whether such a trade is worth it. The novel explores deep questions about the meaning of happiness, the value of struggle, and the importance of love and human connection. Even though Brave New World was written almost a century ago, its message remains relevant today. In a world where technology continues to shape our lives, Huxley's vision challenges us to think carefully about the choices we make. Are we willing to give up our freedom and individuality for convenience and comfort? Or will we fight to hold on to the things that make life truly meaningful? Through the characters of Bernard, Lenina, and John, Huxley invites us to see the different ways people can respond to a controlled and shallow world. Bernard struggles to find his place, Lenina represents the dangers of blind conformity, and John shows the pain and beauty of living authentically. Together, their stories remind us of the importance of questioning, feeling, and choosing our own paths.